The Nintendo Switch 2 has been out for about 2 months now, and not gonna lie, I love this thing. Being able to play full console games on the go is still very impressive till this day. However, there is one little issue, and that is that it's too damn big. Like, yo, every single time that I want to go out with it, I have to put it in my backpack because it no longer fits inside of my pocket. Personally, I use a Borealis Mini, in case you guys are wondering what I use. But damn, I miss the days when portable gaming was actually, you know, portable. I used to carry this thing with me in my pocket every single day, playing all of my favorite games on the go. Going on a road trip, Game Boy. Going to school, Game Boy. Going to work, Game Boy. And even down to going to family dinner, Game Boy. But the only problem with this is I have to carry around the cartridges, so I always have to pick which ones I want to play. And yes, I do have a case for it to carry around more than just one game. However, when I put the Game Boy inside, it's actually pretty bulky. So now I'm walking around with a brick in my pocket. However, those days are kind of over thanks to this. With the power of modern technology, I'm able to get this. I have an analog pocket which not only lets me play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games, but it also has adapters that lets me play other handheld systems. Not to mention the screen and speaker upgrade is amazing on this thing. And honorable mention, Solar Strikers is a very slept on game. I highly recommend you guys give this thing a try. But I'm getting off track here. I understand that the Switch has the ability thanks to the Nintendo Switch Online, however, sometimes it does do that one thing where I have to connect to the internet in order to use it. Whereas in this case, the micro SD card lets me get the games that I already own and put them in here so I can play without having to carry around the cartridges. So personally, there is some times where I just walk around with my analog pocket in my pocket just because it's actually a pocket-sized system. I like the big screen on the Switch, don't get me wrong, however sometimes I just don't want to carry a backpack around. And I don't want to walk around with a Switch in my hand because that makes it worse. And it's even more worse if I try to put it in my pocket because it's just not gonna fit. And if I do manage to make it fit, I just look straight up stupid walking around with a big ass Switch in my pocket. So while the Switch is a very cool system, I do miss the days where portable gaming was actually portable. Like, I think the last system that actually was somewhat portable was the 3DS. I once made a Switch Lite fit in my pocket, but that's about it. And in case you guys were wondering, this actually fits inside of a regular Game Boy Advance case. And it fits in quite perfectly. And on the other side, since I don't have to carry the cartridges, I just carry around the actual charger itself. But let me know in the comment section below, what is your everyday carry?